First of all, I have to say, as the captain already said, that we're still not complete. Ngezana arrived yesterday. That was something good because he still played on Thursday against Feyenoord, and normally he had to play today, but today is the day the teams have to release their players, so he didn't have to stay, and he is with us since yesterday. There is still Foster, Sitole and Campbell. Sitole is playing today. Campbell played yesterday, 10 minutes, and Foster played Saturday. So we decided to let him come directly to Marrakesh because we didn't see any reason why they should be here arriving today, having the match tomorrow. They would be able to play that match after a travel and then taking back the flight to Morocco on the Wednesday. So we see Foster, Campbell and Sitole Thursday when we arrive in Marrakesh. First of all, I have to say that I'm happy with the camp till now. The mentality is good, the workload is good, the motivation is good, except I think we have to go back to basic. It's not what I wanted to see when you talk about the football technical things. And there are some things that we were so strong that I, in the training, that I didn't see. So I told the players also, they are aware of it. But maybe it's because we are not complete. It's not easy to implement the things we need when you are only for a game 9 against 9. When there are important players who are not still there, like Foster, like Sitole, like Ngezana. So I'm not worried, not at all. But I think that the players also are aware that what the football technical things, that those things need to be better in the next days. But we have still time when we arrive in Morocco, so again, I don't worry. The game of tomorrow is more a training game than a selection game. First of all, I'm happy that we have a game, even it's against a team who is not on his strongest, but we have a team and we have a game, and that is important. So at the other side, I can leave some players out of the team because they have little injuries, and I don't want to take a risk tomorrow to let them play and having a more serious injury and maybe miss the AFCON. So again, there will be other players who we will give the opportunity to play and to adapt a little bit on the Bafana Bafana way of playing. So I'm deeply hurt by what's happened in the recent days. And the worst part of that is that my family, my wife, my children and grandchildren have also suffered. I've played with people of color, coached them, worked them with them in Algeria, in Cameroon, and now 4 years in South Africa. You can ask any of them what kind of man I am. Maybe some will say he's a bad coach. Maybe some others will say he's a good coach. Or maybe they will call me stubborn. But no one will call me a racist. When Mbakazi was introduced into the team 6 months ago by his coach in Pirates, we immediately saw his talent. He was rewarded with selection for Bafana Bafana and became a regular player. His life changed, and suddenly he had many friends. Some meant well, others tried to take advantage of him. When you attract all that attention so quickly, As a young 20-year-old footballer, you need guidance from people who can prevent you from making the wrong decisions. The red card against Zimbabwe was one of his poor decisions that made me suspect that their guidance wasn't sufficient. Worse, he was protected from potential sanctions. When Mbokazi arrived a day too late at the Bafana Bafana camp, in preparation for the most important tournament of the continent, AFCON, I was incredibly angry on him, but even more on some people sent me a strange story to justify his enormous professional error. I let my fatherly side get the better of me in my response, because I saw that things could go wrong. It would be a waste if Mbokazi didn't pursue the career he was destined due to a lack of proper guidance, a guidance he needs as an inexperienced, young, humble, talented player. I agree that my choice of words was not the right one, and I want to apologize for that. But I repeat, I never wanted to make a racist or sexist comment. I'm neither a racist or a sexist. I thank you.
Yes, Bush. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. See you.
Yeah. Considering the fact that you still don't have the full complement of your squad for tomorrow, what are you looking for?
Why?
What are you looking for from tomorrow's game?
I think it's, there should be a difference. If everybody should be here, yes, we would play with maybe the team who will start AFCON, and we could even make corrections if we need it. But now, because they are not there, I think I can give the opportunity to players who didn't play till now with Bafana Bafana, or didn't play so much. I think, for example, at Matuludi. I think we can give him the chance tomorrow to play with that team and to adapt a little bit at the way of playing. So I said it's a training game, not a selection game, but at the other side I want to win it. So don't think that we take the game for laugh tomorrow. And I will not that my players should take it for laugh. So we will play like we always play and try like we always play and try to win it. But again, sometimes you have to take the bad things for good. And the good things now is that because those players are not there, that we can give some play time to other players.
Okay, that will be the last question.
This is what you say, Coach.
Yeah.
Coach, how nervous is getting so close to a tournament like this nation, Coach? How nervous are you when you play a game so close to a tournament? Because anything can happen to the players, maybe an injury at this stage. How do you approach games like this where some injuries might be involved?
Yeah, and I told already to the players that our status is a little bit different than the previous AFCON. The previous AFCON, we were one of the teams. Maybe today we are one of the teams who can win AFCON. And that means, I'm sure of it, that our opponents will be in a different mindset when they play against us than 2 years ago. And we have to be prepared for that. I'm not nervous. I'm not nervous because I believe, and what I still did in the past years in that team. Even there are some new players, young players now with us. But I know what we can do. I know how good we are. We just have to focus now the next days and certainly try to have a good start, what we didn't have 2 years ago. But the difference is now that you play the first game against Angola, but then you play against the favorite in our group, Egypt. So imagine that you don't win against Angola. Then you play with a knife here. And that we have to avoid. That we have to avoid. We have to win that first game. So we have to be ready from the first minute. And I'm sure of it that they will, because I think I said it already before, that first game 2 years ago against Mali was something, we were confronted with something we didn't know, power. We were not prepared on what Mali did the second half. They took us on power. But you see the progression of Bafana Bafana in the last 2 years, and when you have the game against Nigeria in mind a few months ago, now we can also play power. Now we can also resist power. So that means that we don't have to be afraid of that AFCON, even maybe, I read it also left and right, that some countries are saying that South Africa can win AFCON. So we are maybe now one of the favorites, of the many favorites. Because when you see the teams who are now in AFCON, and you compare with 2 years ago, I think this AFCON will be much tougher.
Thank you, Coach.